Those are flex pipes, basically.
Flex pipes.
These are flex pipes, and they're built different for a supercharger. If it's a supercharged engine, it has a steel accordion inside, stainless steel accordion, and then it has the flex on the outside, so these will flex, keep the exhaust from breaking. And when you do a non-supercharged, the inside of this looks like the outside because it doesn't make boost. It'll try to stretch it out with the boost. So they use like an accordion style stainless inside them rather than just mesh. On a naturally aspirated, there's just exhaust. On this, it's actually trying to stretch it, you know, making boost. So
this has an LSA motor, is that right?
yes.
Yeah.
Those will go between the header and the tailpipe, so when the motor moves, this thing flexes around and can move all over without breaking anything. And they're not noisy. Some of the ones that are just accordion style all the way through, you can hear them like crinkle when it moves, where these are just nice and smooth like a shock absorber.
Who makes these?
Those are made by Vibrant.
Vibrant. That's where we get all our turbo plumbing and stuff.
Yep,
too,
all of our tubing bends, everything from those are Stainless Brothers. It just really depends on the time frame and what they have and what radius bends they want. Each of the companies makes different radius bends. We need real tight bends for these because it's going through all different kinds of stuff. Yeah, this one has a box style tubular frame, so we got to go in and out through the tubing, so it has to have real tight bends. And it has independent rear suspension, so you have a tight place to run it through, and then you have to be able to get it and a V-band out. You have to be able to get that through the hole also. So the tighter the bends, the quicker we can make turns. So I always try to use pretty tight bends when I have to. I like big flowing bends so it doesn't restrict anything, but you don't always get that option. Sometimes you got to make quick turns. So. The way this chassis is built, which is super strong, there's no real place for an X-pipe. So we're going to end up doing an H-pipe in here, but it has to disconnect at each end so it can be removable so you can get it out of there. So we'll basically, you know, you have to connect it. We always connect them together somehow. H-pipe, X-pipe. X-pipe's the most efficient, but we have to put, you know, something to equalize the two. So it's going to have to come through this hole, because this is all braced up. You can't get through here anywhere. And if you build an X, you can't get it out, so it has to be able to come out. So we're going to end up with a V-band, and the V-band, it's more parts, but it's what it takes to get it out of there. So, and then the floor, we got to go around that. Muffler placement, just trying to get everything to where nothing rattles and everything has clearance, because we don't, you know, we don't want it rattling and bumping around. So yeah, it's
a little bit of extra work on this one.
Every one of them's different, and this one's a little more difficult, a lot more bends to get around stuff, a couple more V-band flanges, but it is what it is. You know, you got to get it from point A to B, and there's a lot of stuff on the way. So, but it's a challenge, but that's good. You know, that's the idea.
I always forget to ask, why do you guys plug all this up?
We're back purging it. Basically, if you weld stainless without back gassing it, it will make like a cruddy, almost like a, well, it's like a rock inside, basically, because it blows through and it superheats the metal and it turns it real hard, and it'll break loose and go through the system. So if you back purge it, it basically makes the inside weld look like the outside of the weld. It basically cleans it on the inside. It doesn't let all the impurities burn out. Basically, if you weld it, it almost makes like crustaceans, like a rock inside. And we always do it on all exhaust, but if you're doing anything on a turbo, it'll break those little rocks off and send them through the turbo.
That's not good.
No. So you back purge it that way. When you're welding it, it's superheating the inside. So like if you were to cut this apart, the inside weld looks just like the outside weld because you actually have argon on the back side of the weld.
Gotcha.
Bunch of bends to get it in and out of there, and we had to make it come apart in the middle. So that should be pretty fun. There you go. We'll put it, pretty much where we want it, but probably right there is good. And this can't hang down below there. So it's a lot of pieces to make that, but it takes what it takes. So yeah, you'll have to do a V-band here and a V-band here, and then pull these away and take them out. Because if you do a V-band here, you can't get this in there. So yeah.
Gotta make it serviceable.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Nine pieces.
9 pieces?
9 pieces with the V-band flanges, yeah. To make one pipe. Pretty wild. But now we gotta cut a hole in the pipe and make it breathe and weld her in there.
What is that thing? I see you guys using it all the time.
It's a tungsten sharpener.
Tungsten sharper?
Yeah, it sharpens the tungsten to a point.
Okay.
And it dulls down after a while. You just got to keep sharpening it. You want to keep it real fine and point.
How does that help you in welding?
Very much, very much.
Now, how does it?
So how does it?
Yeah.
Basically, the sharper the point is, the more accurate the arc is.
Okay, that makes sense.
And basically, it controls the heat because of the point. If you get a big ball on there, it welds real hot.
Okay.
Like the surface area is too big, and it jumps around. So the sharper that is, the more accurate a welds you can make. Basically, like for aluminum, you want a ball. Some people want a ball. I weld with a point, and it kind of turns into a ball on aluminum. But on this, you want it pretty sharp. This is steel or chromoly. You want it really sharp because then you can make a good, accurate weld, and it keeps the arc real straight, basically. You want little welds. That's how you got to do it. Jog it. Everything's in the way on the frame, so I have to move the muffler over So then I had to get, this is all done now. H-pipe, V-pipe, H-pipe, whatever you want to call it. And then I got to jockey back over again to get lined up with the muffler to keep it away from the brake line and fuel pump slash filter. So a lot of little jig jogs in here, but you do what you got to do. So we had to put a jog there, and then we're gonna have to drop it down to clear the floor and then go back up again. So there'll be a jog there, a jog here, then straight in. Then after that, then believe it or not, then the complicated part starts.
It gets tricky after the axle.
Yeah, because we got to get, we got to go under the axle because this is independent. This doesn't move. And there's no room to go above the mount. So I have to go under here, then back up through here, then turn, go through the hole in the frame, and dump it right there. So there's a whole lot of happenings. That's the downside to doing the independent with one of these chassis, if you don't have room to get the pipe over the top. And that's how it was kind of before. So, not just, you know, they'll be tucked in right here. And then they'll have to come out, clear all of this, make a 90-degree turn and go past the spring and the gas tank and all that. So,
And it gets tricky.
yes. Yeah, this is the easy part, but you know, getting everything to go from there through all of this. Normally all of this isn't in here. They did it for strength, but they definitely, you don't have a lot of room to get through here. So, but we'll get through there. It's a matter of cutting and notching and tacking and welding, and we'll get it there. But this is one of the more complicated ones. Sure. Just because there's so much going on in the chassis, you know. Otherwise it'd be just a straight shot, but not on this one. We didn't get lucky there.
Yep, it's all coming out to be finished welded now. It's all, everything's mocked up. So, turned out nice.
Yeah, it looks great.
Got a finish weld from the muffler back on both sides and touch up anything on the frame. And then I gotta put O2 bungs in the headers and she's good to go. A lot of bends, a lot of stuff to get around. But we are there.
We're at the finish line.
We are at the finish line, yes. Finally.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more build videos like this, help us out by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. And it's a little thing to do, but don't forget to turn on those notifications. If you want to buy merch, go to store.classiccarstudio.com. See you next time.